I think. Oh no, it does. Hold on, have you got a bit of grey there?
Yeah, no, I've been pulling them out of the beard. They've been creeping up.
You actually don't. So just so you realise, you're live now on LinkedIn. So I'm in Singapore. I'm sat by the pool, and just for
It's all
all
right for
the
some.
view. Well, I tell you what, it's not all right for some because here's what bloody happened last night. So you come to Singapore, you're 3 hours behind Sydney, right? I get up at
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the morning in Sydney and go to the gym. So what happens when your body clock gets up at 5 o'clock in Sydney? What time is it in Singapore when you get up? Three minus, yeah. And so for the past 2 nights, I've been getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's been nothing you can do about it. So Yatesy, we've only just met, and for everyone who's watching, I met this bloke on the phone yesterday. He called me, and he said, "I've got an idea for you," because Paul Keane, shout out Paul Keane,
Yeah.
put him in touch with the
Legend.
Paul's the CTO of um, of Tyro,
Tyro.
and I honestly say, can I just say, all jokes aside, I'm sat by the pool doing work. Right, this is laptop lifestyle. I've just been sending lots of invoices to all of our customers. Can you pay your bills, please? Just just doing all of our. I'm on Slack talking to our team. We've got an amazing team. But more importantly, I've just posted a thing on LinkedIn about this amazing event that we had last night. So we just announced a new supporter in Singapore. So he's going to head Asia for us. His name is Madanjit Singh. He's based up here in Singapore. Shout out Madanjit. But he's a member of the cricket club, which is quite an exclusive members only place. And last night we had pretty much Singapore's purpose-led tech mafia come along to a meet-up session, drink session with us, and it was some of our existing supporters like Uma Bat, who runs technology for Johnson and Johnson. There was I met Raz, who's the head of cyber for PayPal, and
Yeah, nice.
I met a guy who I've known for 20 years, and we've crisscrossed the world. Never actually managed to catch up. Dennis Mwanza heads up all the tech over at JP Morgan as engineering tech. So right up in your field, Yatesy. And we sat down for the first time talking, and Ruben came along. Ruben's the CISO over at Standard Charter Bank. We had Akash, who heads up legal for Deutsche Bank, and we had Ram, who is the Chief Digital Officer for Price Waterhouse, and Barry Steele, who's in procurement for, I forget, the Systems Go, from head of procurement for
Yeah, yeah.
Systems Go. So there's like, there's 10 or so people there that turned up, and it was just a beautiful get together to talk. There was no selling, there
Yeah.
was no messing around. It was just a great conversation. And then tonight, I think we've got 12 people coming along,
Yeah,
which
nice. But
same
I've not been.
same
I've
place.
not been to I've not been to Singapore. I bet it's a good spot to go out and have a bit of a
Well,
feed, is it?
you're not missing much, really. I mean, it's like stinking hot. I mean, it's about 5 million degrees. You feel like you're in the center of the earth, which you pretty much are. You're on the equator, and it's fun. I think there's a lot of stuff here. The problem is, Yatesy, when you get on have a few beers and you walk down the bars. Like I got on the beers last night with the crowd, of course, and ended up down at Clark Quay, and I wasn't pissed, but I was a bit tipsy and you get a bit leery. I'm from Nottingham, right? You get a bit leerier after you've had a few pints of Guinness,
Yeah,
and I'm on my own, walking by myself. So I just went for a walk, just near the hotel. You know that slingshot?
yeah, yeah.
I, I looked at it. I went, nah, and I
Just
went,
you couldn't resist,
uh,
could you?
I just couldn't resist. I took my glasses off. And took my glasses off and got on this thing. I swear to God, don't do that when you've had a couple of beers.
Oh mate, I've done it before. It's shit yourself, don't you? It's
Yeah,
scary. Did you get the
but
video? Did they video you?
no, no. I actually thought I looked pretty cool when I was going up, but when I came down and watched the video, I looked like a right retard. I can't say that word. I looked like a right donkey. It was. I looked at the video. He goes, "Do you want to buy it?" I went, "No." But listen, in all honesty, this is just a quick random LinkedIn live to
Yeah,
say what you're doing. I think is brilliant. I think your podcasts are great. I've just sat on this bench doing my invoices and listened to two. HHH, whatever her name is.
Triple
Go
H.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the guy from Cover Genius,
yeah. Artem.
and I thought amazing, just the leaders and their what they're doing. I thought is it Gautam? What's the guy
Sorry,
from the guy from
Geeta.
Keita, I thought his idea about getting people together who are purpose-driven, engineers that want to do good, basically, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And why don't you tell everybody what you told me the other day? Because I think that's a great idea as well. Because it is a problem. I think there's a lot of a lot of engineering talent being looked at, and
Yeah.
it's hard to find.
Yeah. So probably about 6 months ago, I launched a podcast called Decoding Careers to help software engineers bridge the gap from an engineer to a leader. I've had a few friends in the industry that have been burnt, that have transitioned to a leader too early. So what I did is created the show to help solve that problem. Now, I was quite overwhelmed by how well the podcast did, to be honest, because I was winging it. I was just making it up. But it was well received to the engineering leaders and especially to the community. And because of this, I was able to create a really solid network, probably over 60 engineering leaders that I didn't already know. And I saw this as an opportunity to find out sort of some of their frustrations in terms of when they're hiring software engineers. So I asked just one question, what is the main frustration that you're facing? And a common theme that kept arising was they're sick and tired of spending too much time on wasted interviews, and the cost and stress of a bad hire. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, so I own a recruitment business called Discovered. Very good at identifying talent, very good at identifying the right culture for a business, but I'm not technical, which is led me on to the new solution that we're offering at the moment, is where we've integrated on-demand engineering leaders. And I took the on-demand bit from the on-demand CTO at Meet Magic. I quite like the words. But we've integrated engineering leaders with our business to help technical vet the engineers, the shortlisted engineers, before we send them to our clients. Now, this isn't completely axing out the client's internal test. They should do their own. My solution is, just so we're clear, is just to reduce your time to hire, and reduce the risks of a bad hire.
And
So
the cost, and the cost, right? I mean, the cost of a bad hire, but the cost of not finding out early enough.
Yeah, exactly. And as I mentioned to you before, engineering leaders are always looking to give back to communities, just like Paul Keane. So a lot of the engineering leaders that we're going to be working with as well, and we are working with, they're going to be donating to a good cause, of a percentage of the fee that's paid, which has obviously led me to meeting and chatting to yourself to see if we can do anything there in terms of the platform.
I think it's great. I think it's certainly an issue. I do know some of our execs, like Ian Robinson, for example. He's the CIO of Water New South Wales. He told me, we've done a podcast together, and he told me that he actually uses our meetings to attract talent into the business, because he can meet with the vendors and understand what's going on out there in the world of tech, and that he uses that information to inspire and attract talent, and to motivate his existing staff. So there's a lot of good stuff coming out of it. But I think what you've cottoned onto is a great idea. We've got a new side of our platform about to launch. So we're adding, for example, an exec can log in and add a project. And of course, when you've got a project, you need staff.
Will be really strong for this role, and align with a lot of what they're looking for.
Time to show up your live. Oh, let's have a listen to what he's saying.
Oh, one sec.
Oh, good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So let's get together, do a proper one of these. We'll come on and we'll plan it properly, and bring an exec on, and let's get some of your engineers. Your podcast you've done what, 30 odd podcasts with engineering leaders?
I think there's a few more to be released. I think I'm at 14 at the minute.
Yeah, they're amazing. I mean, they're short, they're sharp, they're to the point, and the value in there is incredible. I thought HHH's one was some of the advice that she gave about having a couple of interviews before you go to the real one. I thought that was a bit of a sneaky chat.
Yeah.
But a great tip. Don't wreck it on your preferred one. Go and have a couple of testers which I think is because the questions are likely to be the same, which I thought was great little feedback. So let's get together and do it again, and we'll do it properly, and we'll try and get a couple of execs to come and talk about their challenges as well about hiring.
Yeah, sounds good.
Easy.
Good to see you.
Right.
See you on Monday.
Yes, you will.
See you later, mate. See you.